Hi everyone, it's Robin and welcome back to Happy at Home. Today I have a winter living room and dining room to share with you. I just finished putting the final touches on it this morning and I am very excited with how it has turned out. I went with a very minimalistic or simplistic goal in my decorating this time. So it's keeping with that theme. I picked a very limited palette of black and white to decorate with. Of course, I think I might have thrown a little bit of red in and a little bit of green just to kind of keep things a little, not quite so boxy looking, but just little teeny tiny touches. And I really like how it turned out. I think it looks very pretty. It's very simplistic in its overall feel and very, I don't know what you would say. I was hoping that it would have sort of like a Nordic feel to it, sort of, with their simplicity and not a whole lot of items, but just enough to make the room feel cozy. So that's kind of what I was going for with the black and white theme, because it's very classic and relatively easy to pull off. So hopefully you will enjoy it. So I thought for today I would give you a quick tour of the two rooms together, and I think first of all I'll just kind of give you an overview of the two spaces, and then I'll go into detail about all the things that I used to pull the look together. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I guess we'll start in the living room here. We'll start at the coffee table. So the coffee table is a flea market find that I found a few years back. Then underneath it, I have a basket from the thrift store and then nice cozy throw blankets in the basket. And then this sphere I found, I think this past summer, at the thrift store also. And then I also found this rug at the thrift store, which I absolutely love. It's from Target, but I only had to pay $10 for it. No wait, I think it was $20. Yeah, it was $20, which is a good deal because I think they run for like $70 to $80 in this size. Which I had been looking for a rug like this for, I waited like 2-3 years, and then just found one at the thrift store. I was so thrilled. So, on the coffee table itself, I just have a simple arrangement here. The candle holder. So let's start at the bottom. We'll work our way up. This is just a plank of wood that I distressed just to kind of use as like a tray. I absolutely love to do that. It's so quick and easy. Gives things kind of a rustic feel, and then it kind of contains your little display, and it just adds another layer to it, which I absolutely love. So then I have this little tin house. I think I picked that up at Target a couple years back at like the Christmas time. And then this little tin house I found at the thrift store. And I think that only was like $1.99. And in each of those I have some little tea lights that my dad gave me for Christmas. And then they come on every night and go for like 4 to 8 hours, whatever I want to set them for. Then I have a few pine cones, little frosted pine cones, just because, you know, it's winter time. Then I made this cute, simple floral display with using bud roses and then open roses. And then I tucked in pieces of a boxwood garland that I had, and I really like how it turned out. And the whole thing is put into a footed bowl that I found at the thrift store also. And then the final thing on this table is this really rustic candle holder, and I absolutely love it. It looks very rustic and very farmhouse to me, so I am loving that. That was also found at the thrift store. And then let's go over to here. This little couch here, still waiting for a slipcover. One of these days I'll get working on it. The furry pillows are, actually I stole from my daughters, which I gave them for Christmas. They're from Costco. On the other side's like a plaid. But they're not using them, they're just throwing them on their floor. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to use them for my winter decor. So I have that one, and I have a matching over there. This pillow I found at Goodwill. I can't remember how much it was, but I know it came from Target because I almost bought it at Target. Then I went to Goodwill and found it there, and I was like so excited. So I have that pillow on there. And then for my curtains for the winter, I have this set of curtains right here. They're just the grommet type at the top, and they have a black and white design, which I think is very pretty. And they're not real thick, as you can see the sunshine coming through, but they are perfect for me because I don't like a dark, I don't care for a dark curtain. So these are perfect. It gives me a little pop of pattern and color, which I like. And then moving on to this little wall here next to it, I have a table. This is an old sewing table that I found at the thrift store. Down below I've got a wire basket that my sister gave me for Christmas a couple of years ago with a couple throw pillows in it. And then on the table itself I have a square lace doily that I found at the thrift store. It's quickly become one of my favorites. It's perfect for this table, and I love that it's square. And then I have this metal box from a flea market that I found, and then I have a bowl with some more pine cones in it because, you know, it is winter time. And then I have my message board. I just have a new day on it, kind of a nod to the new year. And then of course there is this candle holder, which I'm obsessed with. I love this candle holder. The black wrought iron with the crystals, I just think it is so gorgeous. It's quite tall, but so I have a hard time finding things to go with it, but I think this overall kind of turned out real nice. So I'm loving that. And then of course on top, because I can't get enough candles, I'm always on the lookout for wrought iron sconces as well, and I found this one not too long ago at the thrift store. And I absolutely love it. And it's just perfect for this little tiny little wall here between my living room and dining room. And I just think it looks really nice all together. So then down here, I just have a chair. This chair came from, I want to say Salvation Army, years and years ago. And I made these slip covers for it from a matelassé coverlet. And it has been perfect for that. I absolutely love it. And then I just have this little Scotty dog pillow with a little touch of red, because you know how I am. Gotta have a little touch of red. And then moving on over here, we have a little baby puppy sleeping on a couch. Hello, sweetie puppy. Yeah. Oh, you just can stay there. You can stay there. So moving on to the hutch, I really didn't do too much to the hutch. I kept my soup tureen collection on top, and then of course I still have my twinkle lights strung over the top because those pretty much stay there all year round. I like to turn them on when I'm just hanging out in here in the evenings. And then I did add this wreath to the handles, and it just kind of sits, if you see in the middle, it's got the little handles, just kind of sitting on the handles. The back of it's kind of like a grapevine wreath. And this I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure they still have it. I cannot remember the name of it. I think it's like a lemon wreath or something like that, but it is one of my favorite wreaths. I want to pick up some more. It's not all one color, and I think this looks so beautiful. I used to have this down on my front door, on the inside of my front door, but I thought it would look really cute on the hutch for now. Just add a little pop of green to the room, which is always a nice touch. So then, sleeping puppy is like, you guys are disturbing me. On this couch, I have a mismatch of pillows themselves. This one is from Home Goods last winter I picked up. And then this pillow, along with the pillow on the end over there, are ones that I made from a furry fabric from the store. And then these pillows right here, 2 of these, are a new set of pillowcases that I just finished sewing not too long ago. And I love the pattern on them. It's so beautiful. I picked up the pattern, I picked up the fabric at Walmart, and I think it is just gorgeous. Perfect for my black and white themed living room this year, I think. One more look at the puppy. Oh, you're so sweet. So moving to the wall behind the sofa, I have this hand-painted sign that I made a few years back. I can't remember how long ago I made it, but it's basically just a 1x12 board, which I painted white, added some black to it, and then used some stencils to kind of make a nostalgic sort of sign. Kind of brings me back to my childhood because I grew up in Wisconsin. I absolutely love that. I think it is so cool. I actually got the idea for this because I saw somewhere years ago where they had something similar to this painted or stamped on a pillowcase cover, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I did my own take on it and did a sign instead. So I really like that. And then of course above we have this mantle shelf that I hung up here not too long ago, and I'm still liking this because it's kind of fun to change out for the seasons. So I started out by hanging this antique mirror that I found at the thrift store probably 3 years ago. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I really liked it. It's got some really nice detailing on it. It's distressed. You can see that some of the cracks have come off. If you look real close, you can see that the mirror itself is not very clear anymore. It's kind of starting to get that spotting on it, which I think is very cool. And of course, I liked the shape, which is a really fun little oval shape. So below that, I have stacked this black metal box that's got some nice distressing on it. It's got a little pop of gold here and there on it, which is really pretty. I found this at a flea market. And then on top of that, I just have one of my little thrift store bowls that I found filled with some flowers. And I think that's a cute little way to use that basket or box. Kind of finishes off the box a little bit. And then I have a clock. This is a thrift store clock that I found. And then a candle holder on this side. Now these have the flameless candles on, and they come on every night, and it makes the room kind of glow, which I absolutely love. And I've had these candle holders forever. I bought them back at Target years and years and years ago, and I absolutely love them. I use them pretty much all season, all year round. It's got like a little bubble glass on it, but I just love the metal handles on it. I think they're so cool. So then on the other side, I mimicked the first side and added another clock. This one is a flea market find. It's the first black clock that I found. I absolutely love it. I have never seen a clock like this before. I found this one and I have never seen one since. And it's just one of my little treasures that I absolutely love. And then of course I have another candle holder on the other side. And the whole grouping I think looks really nice. Simple, sweet, but yet pretty at the same time. Alright, so that does it for the living room, although I do have this one little section over here. I have the black and white hutch, which I've shared with you before, and I'll make sure to link it below if you're interested in this at all. But to the side of the hutch, I just recently hung this candle holder that I found at the thrift store. It's black, and it's got a little bit of gold detail on it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but I just love the mirrored background. I think it is absolutely gorgeous, and it works really nicely on this little wall leading into my kitchen, and I think it looks really nice with the black and white hutch right now. So I am loving that little addition to that wall. I was worried it might make it look too cluttered, but it doesn't, so that's good. So then I guess we can move into the dining room. Now, my lighting in here is not going to be nearly as nice with this camera that I'm using today, but I will do my best. So let's start on the wall behind. I have a faux barn door hung on the wall behind the table, and on it I just have a whitewashed grapevine wreath hanging on that, which is a little small for it, but that's all I had, so I went with it. And then on top I have my gorgeous eagle house ornament, which I found this summer at a flea market or something. Yeah, flea market. And I absolutely love him. So I had to bring him out because he goes perfectly with the decor. And then to either side of the barn door, I have these cast iron candle sconces that I gave a little makeover to, which I think are fabulous. And as you can tell, I like candle sconces. So I have one on this side, and I have one over on the other side. Alright, so moving on to the table, I went with very simple tablescape. Starting with this runner, which I made from drop cloth. Years ago, I added a little ruffle to the end, and it turned out to be a very nice neutral tablecloth, which I absolutely love. I've made 3 or 4 of them in different sizes. This is the one I decided to use this time. And then for a centerpiece, I went very simple with this gorgeous wrought iron tea light candle holder. I love this thing so much. It is huge. When you have all these candles lit at night, this room just glows. It is gorgeous. So I just went real simple and put that in it. And then of course for today, I added a few of my white dishes, teapots, cups. And over here I have a stack of plates ready for dinner tonight, and a few other little things just to kind of make the table seem sort of pretty for today and this video. So that is the tablescape. I really like how it is, and I really am liking just that simple candle holder in the middle. It doesn't need much more than that in my opinion, with the simplistic theme that I'm going for. So moving on to this corner table over here, let's start on the walls. Just a trio of plates on this small little wall here, and then I have hung this winter scene oil painting, which I have found at the thrift store. I painted and distressed the frame, which I think really makes the picture really pop out at me, which is gorgeous. I just love that picture. And then on the table below, I have a little display here. Started with a very large and browning platter. It's not gorgeous platter. It's got a little bit of green, a little bit of pink. And then you can see all the crackling and the browning. I just love that. And then in front of that, I layered this mum arrangement that I put in a very small short tureen, and I think that is so pretty. And then off to the side over here I have this bird cage that I found at the thrift store also, and inside of that, instead of adding a candle, I added a little footed dish that I found at the thrift store, and then this little plant that I got at Hobby Lobby. I just love this little plant. I think it's so cute. They still have these at Hobby Lobby if you're interested in them. And they just come in like this little clay pot that's kind of distressed. I don't know if you'll be able to see that through there, but it's very cute. And I just really like how simplistic that whole thing looks. And it's a nice little accent piece over there. And then on to the other side, I have this candelabra. I love candelabras. This one I found last year, I believe, and it's in black. It's got a little bit of gold accents to it. I think it is so beautiful. I actually have a couple candlesticks with the same markings on it. It's very gorgeous. But I love this one because it's very small in size. So I propped it up on a couple of vintage books just for fun because I think that looks very pretty. So the whole display I think turned out really nice. So then we have one more area of the dining room that I've decorated, and it is this area over here on this desk that I have. Now underneath the desk, because we don't use it to sit at, I mostly use it as a sideboard, I have a big wicker basket filled with a couple more throw pillows because you can never have enough of those. And then I have this vintage clock, and that's resting on top of an ironstone platter, a small oval one. And then I have this gorgeous table runner, which if you can see on the sides, it's so pretty. One of my favorite table runners. I just think it softens everything. And then a newly acquired Brownie Kodak camera, which I am obsessed with. Just found this last week. And then next to that, I just have a very tall, chunky candle holder that has a flameless candle in it. So that comes on at night, which is nice. And then that very nicely blends with the thing on the other side, which is just this lamp that I have on an automatic timer. If you don't use automatic timers, they are so nice. This little lamp I have set to go turn on right at dusk, so right when it starts getting dark, and then it stays on for a couple hours, and then that switches off, and then my candle comes on, and it's just gorgeous. It's perfect. That way the kids don't turn the overhead lights on, and I feel like I'm saving energy. So anyways, I love the lamp timers. I think they're so fun. Anyways, down here I have another camera that I found at a flea market probably 5 years ago. I think it's very cool. And then here in the middle, I have a stack of plates in this little holder, which I think is supposed to be a holder for like firewood, but I decided I was going to use it for plates instead. I found it at the thrift store, and I thought it was super cool, and this is the first time I've got to use it. So I've been waiting and waiting to use it for my black and white decor, which is very cool. So I just have a whole bunch of different plates that I've got stacked in there. And then in the front, to kind of soften things a little, I added this little napkin with a very gorgeous crocheted edging. And I really like how the whole thing turned out. I think it is a very pretty look. Very simple, and of course, I get to use some of my favorite decor, which are clocks, cameras, and plates. So that turned out perfect for me. Alright, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed this tour. I really enjoy how the whole space looks together. It looks bright and cheerful and cozy and not too cluttered, which is exactly what I was going for. And I feel like I have a brand new living room and dining room space, and I am really enjoying the new look. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button because I do a lot of decorating videos like today. I also do DIYs. I have a weekly vlog. And there's also Thrift Store Thursdays where I show you all the goodies that I find every week at the thrift store. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of my future videos. Alright, so I think that is it for me today. I will let you go and not chat your ear off. Thank you again for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I will see you again very soon in my next video. Bye now.